Good morning, everyone. About to go and do a little checking of some traps. A little something different I hadn't done on this channel before. Got some coons. Been frequenting my wife's deer field, and in this same field last year we caught, I believe it was 10, maybe 9, 10 in there. We've already caught 4 out of it so far. We kind of start early in the year as deer season comes along. They get to the feeders. We've got pictures of them hanging upside down off the feeders eating those. But we've also, the reason we're trapping the coons is because of the turkey population. If you didn't know, raccoons are one of the biggest nest predators that there is. They eat every egg they can find in the woods. Also, possums are in that same category. They love eating turkey eggs. I mean, everything loves eggs. I love eggs. You love eggs. Everybody loves eggs. So, I'm actually going to use my drone this morning, fly out and check and see if we got anything. And then if we do, we'll go up and take care of those, and I'll come back in on the video there. So, yeah, let's see if we can get this flipped around and get you looking at the ready to go. Let's see here. Now, you saw me utilizing this in the video with the gun counter, AJ. We were out shooting, utilized it. All right, let's check our controller. All right, don't have any warnings. Home place is updated. All right, and we're just gonna get some altitude, get up above this hill. Where I'm going to go is up behind my range. Y'all have seen the range up there a few times, me shooting and stuff. So yeah, the field is that direction. So we'll pick back up if we got any footage up there. Thanks. All right, so might not have been able to tell on there. It doesn't really look like we have anything. I'm going to walk up and check because I couldn't get a good angle on one, and it's kind of tucked under some limbs, and drones and limbs don't really go together. I'm just going to use the return to home feature now and fly this thing back. I'm going to give it a click and tell it to return home. So this thing is programmed to gain altitude, then it will rotate to the right direction and we'll fly home. Let's see, we should pick it up in just a minute. There we go. It's coming in. Now, I may take it over once it gets close. I've run into issues before with it getting close to my house, that it doesn't really like to get supposed to. So it's some of the metal, I think, interferes with it, but it's coming down pretty close. All right, so I decided I was gonna ride up the hill and back here on the backside instead of walking. That's too far if I gotta carry something back out of there. We'll pick back up if we got something up here. We'll show you the traps at least. All right, so here's our one of our traps. These are Duke dog proofs. As you can see, a dog couldn't get his foot down in there. And you wonder what I'm baiting with? Marshmallows. Put one, there's a trigger down in the bottom. I put one marshmallow under the trigger, set one on top, and I've had good looks. A little bit of rain now melted that marshmallow some, got a few ants, but if old rascally raccoon comes around, he's gonna try to dig in there and get that thing, and it just clamps down on his paw. I'm gonna check the rest of them and see what we got. Let's see, here's one over here. Looks like it's been pulled out of the ground. Not sure what's going on there. Oh man, what has happened here? This thing has been tripped. Let's shake it. Well, it looks as though something tripped that one. I see one nasty looking marshmallow down in there. But one's gone and it's tore down. And all right, so look around right here. See this circle right here? So something was in this thing and it got out. All right, now there's a couple possibilities on this. I ran into this last year one time. There may have been a raccoon in this trap and something else got the raccoon. Last year, I had trap, stake, and everything come up missing. Let me flip back around, I'll show you the stake. All right, so right here, you can see that. That's about 18 inches, 2 foot long piece of 1/2 inch rebar driven into the ground. Last year, I had dog proof trap, stake, and all gone, pulled up. And I know there ain't no raccoons in there that big. That'd be some prehistoric stuff if it was. Last year, I believe it was a coyote. I had tracks, I had pictures of a coyote frequenting that field. They got raccoon trapping all and gone. And in this field, we've had pictures of a bobcat, fox, and of course the raccoons. So that's the possibility here that a predator got the predator. So definitely had a catch and was in it for a while with the ground being torn up, and looks as though broke a strand of barbed wire because that wasn't down. I just checked this the other day and all this was up. So yeah, if you look right here, this trap is wrapped around this strand of barbed wire. Well, I guess I got a fixed fence now. Maybe not. We'll maybe we can just tie that back up a little bit and it'll be all right. Luckily it's a bottom strand. But yeah, we had a catch and the catch got away. So we got her coming back. You should have seen a little footage. Definitely have one raccoon in a trap. We're gonna go take care of it in a second. Let's see what we're looking at here. Looks like we need to cancel. I don't know, not sure it's gonna hit right where it needs to. Yeah, give me a bit of warning. All right, so I'm gonna have to let go of this and manually sit it back on the table. We're off about 18 inches, 2 feet, so we gotta move a little bit. My dog's trying to get me to pet her. All right, so let me manually land this thing. All right, so we're gonna get this trap set right here. We got a trough feeder that way, spin cast feeder right here. Spin cast feeder's really out. I'm about to stop feeding for the year on that. I'm just gonna be using the trough for some protein type stuff for the deer. Trying to keep them good and fat and healthy. We only took one out of this field this year. So just stuffing one under there. You can see on the side right here, we've got a little trigger that holds it. All right, and then on top of the trigger, one more marshmallow. It's almost like they were made for it. These things fit great. I'll have to give credit to my father-in-law. He is the one that told me about that. I have used or anything like that. I mean, raccoons like a lot of stuff, so they eat anything. A lot of people call them the trash panda, you know. So that's something like that. But got our handy-dandy setting tool, and I always I do this wrong about half the time about how it goes on here. But hook it like that, get the trap in it, and then you just pry that forward. And then you set this in. It's about like setting a mouse trap. Essentially works the same way. You just have a little deal there that hooks in a notch on that trigger. You can see down in there the little marshmallow in it. Let's get you a little closer here. Yeah, you can see the marshmallow in it. So yeah, do that, and I'm just going to stake it out right here. Give it a little push in the ground. That's all there is. Now there's we've had raccoons on camera coming right here. You look around these feeders and stuff, there's tracks. Rained a lot last night. That's the reason I'm having to rebait these. It dissolved these marshmallows, the rain did. Lots of raccoon tracks around these feeders, so I fully expect to have one maybe in the morning. Well, I'll try to give it a check before I get off to work. So yeah, we can have something. I'll try to record it in the morning. We'll see if these resets catch us something. Thank you. Good morning, folks. We're back at it again. First part of this video was about doing a little trapping. We had to work a couple days, so wasn't here. My sons actually went and checked traps for me. Actually did catch one young coon in the traps up in the field. Yesterday I moved some around, didn't catch any the night before last or anything. So we're gonna check them this morning. We're gonna use the drone again, fly up, check those. Actually moved one down into part of our hay pasture. Had a lot of sign and some ditches down that way. So just gonna do it. We'll flip around here and I'll go use my drone, check them, see if there's anything, if I can get in on them. Depends on the trees. Should be able to. I moved the two in the small field where they're out in the middle. I should be able to get a good shot with it. So we'll pick back up if we got anything. We got the drone ready to go. Let's see if it's ready to take off. Looks like it. So all right, she's up. So we got her coming back. You should have seen a little footage. Definitely have one raccoon in a trap. We're gonna go take care of it in a second. Let's see what we're looking at here. Looks like we need to cancel. I don't know, not sure it's gonna hit right where it needs to. Yeah, give me a bit of warning. All right, so I'm gonna have to let go of this. All right, so here we go. I think this is probably the last one in this area. We've been watching deer camera on this plot and knew we had about 3 more that were showing up. So I'm gonna get this guy taken care of, and we'll run down and check our other trap in the hayfield that we didn't know if I couldn't really tell if anything was in it or not. So we'll be back with you. Well, nothing in the trap. We'll leave these set. I'll move those from that field. I'm gonna put them down here along these little drainage ditches. There's some tracks around, so we'll probably update again in a day or two and see what we've caught. Hey, thanks for watching. And hey, these Duke footholds are a pretty easy way if you need to get some raccoons off your place. Help out the turkey, songbirds even, if those of you that aren't hunters or don't like that stuff. Hey, even songbirds and other things like that, these raccoons are terrible on them. That's a huge reduction in the numbers of them. If you get out, do a little checking some of the different departments of wildlife and that type of thing, we'll have studies on this type stuff. The universities will have studies on this, and they will tell you that these raccoons, the possums, the skunks as well. Skunks are another huge nest predator. They will destroy way more than ever make it. So they're it's good to take some of them out. I'm not saying get rid of all of them. They serve a purpose, but getting rid of some, managing the population, I think that's what we're called to do, is to manage this earth in the way that it should be done. So until the next video, thank y'all. God bless.